Indiana Fever beat the Dallas Wings 102-83. This was a highly anticipated game because it was going to be the first time that Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers would be going up against one another in the WNBA.
For the past 5 years, BASKETBALL, fans have witnessed one of the most iconic rivalries in the sport, Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers. Both were standout stars in high school, but they took different routes. Clark heading to Iowa and Bueckers choosing UConn. Clark held the edge in their college showdowns, especially during the NCAA tournament. Critics, including Gino Orima, once questioned whether Clark's skills would carry over to the WNBA level. That question was answered last night when the Indiana Fever faced off against the Dallas Wings. What followed wasn't just another game. It was a record-setting performance by Clark, doing something only she has ever accomplished twice. If you're excited to hear more about the milestone she hit, drop a CC record breaker in the comments. Let's dive in. Imagine this. Two rising basketball stars capturing national attention as teenagers, setting the stage for a rivalry that would span years. Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers first met on the court in high school, both ranked among the top prospects in the country. Though equally talented, their approaches to the game couldn't have been more different. Clark was known for her high-octane scoring, pinpoint passing, and long-range shooting. Bueckers impressed with her calm precision, smooth mid-range game, and vision that matched Clark's brilliance.
Hey, Caitlin. You've known Paige since middle school. You guys were on the U19 World Cup team together. Is there anything that maybe stood out then about her, whether it be on or off the court, that maybe still reigns true today?
I mean, I feel like she's played in the same manner that she, has since she was, whether we were on the U16 team together, U19 team together, whether it was me watching her in AAU, like she's always just been smooth. She takes what the game gives her. Her midi has always been as nice as it's been this year. She's just she just plays way older than she is. Like she's confident, she's smooth, she just does everything at a high level, can score from all three levels. And that's how she's always played. And that's obviously translated really well.
Their college journeys took very different routes. Paige Bueckers committed to the storied UConn program led by legendary coach Gino Orima, becoming part of a powerhouse with a long tradition of championships. Caitlin Clark chose Iowa, a program eager to rise on the national stage. That decision laid the groundwork for unforgettable NCAA tournament clashes that would shape both of their legacies. Clark's Iowa squad ended UConn's tournament run in dominant fashion, highlighted by her 41-point showcase that stunned the Huskies. She held the upper hand in their college matchups, winning 2 out of 3. What followed was a growing rivalry, fueled by fans and analysts, that began to feel larger than the game itself.
And a lot of people are saying, oh, everything is she was Caitlin before Caitlin, she's better than Caitlin, all this stuff. That kind of stopped in the media. Caitlin Clark put up better numbers in the WNBA than Paige in college.
Gino Orima voiced pointed critiques about Clark's style of play. He raised concerns about her shot choices and expressed skepticism about how prepared she was for the WNBA, especially when compared to his own standout, Paige Bueckers. In Orima's view, Bueckers' strong fundamentals were better suited for the transition to the pro game. The contrast between Clark's high-octane scoring and Bueckers' efficient, polished approach highlighted two distinct visions of basketball greatness.
Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. Well, nobody's printing. Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement.
Both stars entered the WNBA draft amid intense fan excitement about their eventual face-off. At the next level, Clark carried a 2-1 edge from their college meetings. Yet her recent form raised new doubts about how her game would translate professionally. The hype was enormous. ABC opted for a national broadcast, confident the matchup would attract viewers coast to coast. With Clark battling a stretch of inconsistent play due to illness, this first pro duel became even more pivotal for her standing in the league. Here's where the story takes a turn. Heading into the highly anticipated matchup, Clark's Indiana Fever were struggling. The team had just endured disappointing losses to opponents they were expected to beat. Defeats at the hands of the LA Sparks and the Golden State Valkyries left fans frustrated and puzzled. These weren't top-tier teams, they were games the Fever were supposed to control.
I feel like this stretch, this is a big game for us. I think we've struggled in the fact that we're able to play one good game, and then we play a bad game, then we play a good game, then we play a bad game. So I think for us is like, we got to find a way to be able to stack really good games together. And then we go on the road, and, we're on a back-to-back, which is just a challenge in itself. No matter who you're playing, we play Connecticut, then we play New York. So I think Steph's message was, yes, All-Stars coming up, that break's coming up, but our focus is on these 3 games that we have left. So in that sense, I do think it's critical that our focus just remains on the game in front of us, and I feel like that's what everybody in the locker room is doing.
Behind the scenes, a growing philosophical divide was taking shape between Caitlin Clark and head coach Stephanie White. Clark favored an up-tempo style, looking to capitalize on transition opportunities and quick offensive bursts. In contrast, White leaned toward a more methodical half-court system focused on structure and control. This clash in approach led to rising tension within the organization. Clark's strengths thrived in a faster pace, but the system around her, they often held that back. The moment their differing visions boiled over came during a game against the Atlanta Dream. A heated sideline exchange between the two was caught on camera, capturing the intensity of their disagreement and exposing just how deep the rift had become.
There is definitely something going on within the locker room, the front office. Something is off, man. This is the 3rd situation in one game we have had involving Caitlin Clark and the coaching staff and pretty much another player. And it looked like Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White definitely had a situation where they was in a heated exchange right before halftime.
Lineup instability only added to the Fever's mounting challenges. Clark was working her way back from injury, still searching for rhythm. Meanwhile, Damaris Dantas had just returned from international duty. Adding to the disruption, these changes threw off the team's chemistry, making it difficult to develop consistent rotations or offensive cohesion. With key players in and out of the lineup, roles remained unclear, and execution suffered.
It can be frustrating when your shot isn't going in the way that you want it to, but then I look at the box and it's like, I'm really 4 shots away from having a really good game, a really good shooting game. So that's where you find your confidence, and I know those are shots that I can make, and I'm never going to stop shooting. So, until I break out of it, I'm just going to keep launching, and that's all I know, and I'm still confident in everything that I can do.